today this is going to be like a business tip slash advice video. I know a lot of people have been asking me how to start a business, what did I use to start my business, etc, etc. So I wanted to come on here, give y'all a couple tips, show y'all some stuff that I used. Yeah, so I'm gonna be speaking basically off of my perspective. I run a cosmetics business, so that's mostly what I can really give tips on. But of course, most of the tips that I give you can always use to apply yourself to whatever other business. But yes, so let's get started. So I do have my own business, of course, as previously mentioned. I'll put like the Instagram on the screen somewhere, and I had to make a new page because Instagram was being mean and they took away my page, so I had to make a new one. Then I'm gonna put it on the screen. Of course, please feel free to follow me. Thank y'all so much. But so I started my business during the pandemic. I started in October of 2020. Prior to me starting my business, I did all the research I needed to. I found the vendors I needed to. Basically came up with names, prices, packaging, whatever colors I wanted to use for my business, social media platforms, social media marketing. I basically did the whole nine before actually purchasing everything and doing everything I needed to for my business. So I wouldn't say that it was easy, but it was not hard. It like met in that middle area. The very first thing I did after, of course, planning everything out was to purchase my LLC, which you can do, I forget the website, but I'll look it up and like put it on the screen somewhere. But that's the first thing I did after, of course, doing all the research. Only because you want to make sure that nobody else can copy anything that you're doing. So if that's your business, the LLC and the EIN, that is your proof that, you know, that's your legit business. You solely own that and you should be good. But yes, after I purchased my LLC, then I quickly started with the social media pages. I made an Instagram. Well, I started out with an Instagram, a Facebook, a Twitter, and Pinterest. Yes, because at the time I wasn't too fond of TikTok, so I didn't really start posting my business on TikTok until maybe about almost a year later. So of course, as I said, I did just want to give everybody a few tips and advice on what you should do if you want to start a cosmetics business. Again, as I said in the beginning, you can also use some of these tips to apply it to whatever other business that you want to start. But I am solely speaking on cosmetics business because that is what I run, and I have, of course, I have experience in doing it. So the first thing you want to do, I'm going to definitely tell you, as I said before, I think you should do your research. If you want to get into a cosmetics business, no, it's not always easy depending on what you want to sell. Sometimes it can take you very long to find a great vendor that you want to use depending on what you want to sell. So for example, I sell lip gloss. I used to sell lashes and lip liners, but now I'm kind of getting back into that, so now I need to find another vendor. I stopped selling that because my vendor started, I wouldn't say being weird, but I started to not really like the way that they were communicating with me, so I stopped after everything was sold out, stopped selling those, and now I'm going to kind of get back into it. So now what I'm doing is researching for another vendor. But yes, so starting with a business plan, that is definitely something that you want to do. Make sure you do all of your research, find your vendors, make sure you come up with prices that you see fit. Don't go by what other businesses are doing, because a lot of times other businesses, they may have more customers, of course. They may have more of a different audience than you do. So price your products the way you see fit. Don't listen to nobody else when they say, oh, raise your prices. And no, price your products the way you see fit, and as time goes on, if you feel like you want to raise them prices, do what you got to do. Know what you want to sell. So like, for example, sometimes I see a lot of small businesses, and I was guilty of this when I very first started. I see them wanting to sell a lot of things, but sometimes it may look crazy and it may look all over the place, which is why a customer may take a look at your website and they'll be like, no, I don't think I'm going to get anything off of here. So that's why I definitely say know what you want to sell, because if you know what you want to sell, you can market it to the best of your ability. Sometimes the marketing may work, sometimes it may not. You may have to switch, but that is all a part of being a small business owner. Back to the topic of vendors. So I use Amazon as one of my vendors because I do, as I said before, I sell lip gloss. I do sell the squeeze tubes, so not like the ones that you really see at the beauty supply store, but the other, like the smaller ones. Let me see if I can find one for y'all just so I could like put it into perspective. So like, for example, this is one of the lip glosses that I sell. So they have a bunch of these tubes on Amazon. So the one that I usually get, they have, I think it's like a pack of 100 for like $10 or $11. So I think that's a good deal because, and especially like if you have Amazon Prime, you know, you get your stuff sometimes next day, sometimes the day after. So it definitely helps me. But again, if you're looking into a cosmetics business, depending on what kind of lip gloss tubes, you can definitely look on Amazon. Only thing is, I would say you would definitely have to read the reviews. And of course, that's with any vendor. I'm not just going to be like, oh, just don't do it for Amazon. But for Amazon specifically, what I do is I go and read all the reviews. It doesn't matter what lip gloss tubes I'm looking for. But I do sell about 3 to 4 different lip gloss tubes on my website. So I know that this is one of them, and I get these off Amazon because I know they're easily accessible, and if I run out, I know I can order some and have them the next day. So here is another, here's another lip gloss tube that I sell, and I also sell this this same lip gloss tube just in pink. Oh, if I want to focus. But yes. Now those tubes I got from a separate vendor. I got them both from the same vendor, but I did not get them off Amazon. They do have those tubes on Amazon, but they have a lower quantity for more money. And that's another thing I did want to get into. If you do, I'm trying to see how I could put this. If you want to purchase a large quantity of tubes, I would not recommend going on Amazon. Like if you want to purchase, so for example, they have these tubes on Amazon. Of course they come in all different colors, but they have an 8-pack for $16. I would not recommend you get that because depending on how much you sell your lip gloss for, you're not really making a profit. You're putting more into it than you would be getting. So that's another thing that you do want to keep in mind. If you buy a specific product for a specific price, make sure that you're still going to make a profit off of it instead of just buying it, pouring all this money into it, and you're not really making anything back. And again, of course, I've learned, I've been running my business for October of this year would make 4 years. So of course, I've learned a lot, and I'm just here to give a few pieces of advice. So the next thing you really want to do is create a website. So what I did when I first started my business, I didn't have a website for about a month or two. Only because I wanted to make sure I had the right information right. I wanted to make sure the descriptions for my products were right. I wanted to make sure the product pictures were okay. I wanted to make sure my prices were right. And I also wanted to take time and actually build my website up just to make it how I wanted it, to make sure I was okay with it. I didn't want anything to be rushed, because I always feel like if something is rushed, it's not going to come out right. So I definitely did not want to rush it and risk messing it up. So, but some easy I guess I could say apps or easy websites to go through to create your own website. I would say Shopify. So I use Shopify. They also do have the app, of course. With Shopify, you can pretty much manage everything within the app. So you can create your own website. You can edit the website through the app, whether it be on a phone, iPad, computer, and you keep track of your balance. You keep track of your orders, your inventory. You can also send emails through it. If you want to have your customers sign up for text messages, you can also do that through there. It's a lot that you can do through Shopify, which is definitely why I started using it, because I don't like having separate things. I want to keep everything in one space. So I was definitely glad when I found out about that. My dad did help me with my website, but my most recent website change, I did that by myself. But of course, if you don't know where to start in terms of building your website, I would recommend asking for help, because of course I did. My dad is very tech savvy when it comes to creating a website, so he was the first person that I ran to, and I was very happy with the outcome. Another website that's good for creating your own website would be GoDaddy.com. I've seen a lot of commercials for it, and I do have friends that have used the website. They said that they love it, and their website also came out really nice. So I would definitely say that that's something that you can also use. Now, in terms of business content, I would say that is one of the most important things when it comes to marketing, when it comes to your website. Well, yeah. So when it comes to marketing, I would definitely say business content is the most important thing. Of course, nowadays on TikTok, there are a lot of trends that could definitely help your videos go viral, and it could potentially lead to more customers, more followers, more sales, etc., etc. Now, in terms of taking product pictures, there are many things you can use, of course. What I use, sometimes I use the camera I record for YouTube on. The camera that I have a Sony ZV-1F. You can pretty much get that anywhere. They have it at Walmart, Best Buy, Target, I think Target. You can also get it off Amazon. There's a couple places that you can get that, of course. I do use my iPhone. Sometimes I will use my iPad depending on what kind of picture I'm taking. But there are many things you can use to take great product pictures. Of course, if you want to add a certain background, there are many apps you can use. Personally, I don't really use too many apps to edit my product pictures. I might throw like a small filter on there just to like lighten the background, but other than that, I really don't edit it that much. But of course, everybody is different. Now, in terms of marketing, social media marketing, I don't remember if I covered this or not, but social media is a great way to market. That is a great way to market. So the apps that I use to market, of course, is Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, TikTok, and sometimes I use Snapchat, but I post on my personal account, so I don't have a business account for Snapchat. But again, it's everybody's preference. TikTok has been one of my most successful marketing apps. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, business content is very important to marketing. When you use TikTok, there are many templates that you can use. Of course, now that they have CapCut, there are many other templates that you can use that will help your video go viral, or help somebody just click on their page and be like, oh, well, this person has a nice business, let me just, you know, etc., etc. And I feel like that's how it worked out in my favor. Pinterest is also another great marketing app. I use Pinterest. That is also one of the apps that definitely helped my business grow. Pinterest is, I wouldn't say that it's hard to grow on, hard to grow a platform on there, but at the same time you definitely have to work for it. I would definitely say that you do have to work for it. You need to post as often as you can, and same thing with Instagram and Facebook. Pretty much all social media, what you need to do is post your content. Like things that I've been told and things that definitely help me with marketing is posting content. Record everything. If you're going to the post office, record it. If you're packaging orders, record it. If you're unboxing inventory, record it. That is one of the best pieces of advice that I've gotten, because it definitely did help my business grow a lot. Once you get like the proper exposure that you need for your business, not saying that it will be super easy, but it'll definitely come a lot easier for you to find content ideas and schedule this post, and also just make sure that you're getting the proper content that you need to push your business out there and make sure everybody knows. The last thing I would say that you need is like business cards, of course, and thank you cards. So they do have a variety of thank you cards. They have some on Amazon. You can also create your own. I created my own business cards on Canva.com. Of course, they have the app, so you can also do that through there. But I used Canva. You can also create your business cards through Staples. When I worked there before, I created my own business cards, and they came out good. They came out really good, but then I felt the need to upgrade them, so that's what I ended up doing. But with thank you cards, I feel like that it does work, because it kind of, you know, makes the customer feel like, oh, well, this person really appreciated my sale, so maybe I'm gonna shop with them again, or I am gonna shop with them again. Like little things like that really does matter, and that's what I try to tell people. Even when you're packaging the order, even if you throw in like a small free gift or a couple pieces of candy, or even if a handwritten note, it's the small things that matter that will have customers come back and purchase multiple times, and then their orders start getting larger and stuff like that. So I always try to tell people, like, even if you don't want to include a free gift, write a small handwritten note on a thank you card or on a piece of paper and put it in there. Like, it's a lot of the small things that the customers appreciate, and that will have them come back. But this is the end of the video, and I really do hope that this helps somebody. And of course, if you feel like I missed out on something, or if you want to know any more questions, or if you have any more questions, you want to know more answers, please do not hesitate to DM me or comment. I will have no problem answering them. But I thank y'all so much for watching, and I can't wait to see y'all in the next video.